I'm just gonna keep screaming when you say your name.
Yeah. Will.
Hey!
That's frustrating.
I know, right? We're just gonna keep doing it. As you wait.
For you?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Hector.
I'm Will. This is Terror Talk.
Let's do it up.
This is Terror Talk Ending Explained, where we talk about some movies that need a little bit more talking to, a little bit more analysis.
Yes.
And we're going to give our thoughts and our opinions about the movie today, Speak No Evil.
And nope.
And Nope.
Yeah, not see no evil.
Not See No Evil, not Hear No Evil, Speak No Evil.
Speak no evil. I saw Hear No Evil.
No.
And that was a very long movie.
Hear No Evil? What about Evil 697?
No, I didn't see
No,
that.
you didn't see that one? 976, I think? What is it?
Or one of those.
It was one of those. Okay, so just to give you context before we discuss, Speak No Evil is a, what is it, a Danish film?
Danish, yes.
It's a Danish film, or is it like Dutch film? I'm not sure exactly.
I think it's Dutch.
It's Dutch or Danish. It's one of the two.
From what I've heard, Dutch people are evil, though.
Are they?
Is that a Austin Powers thing?
Is it because of Dutch ovens?
Damn.
Yeah. The Dutch oven is pretty evil.
That should be another episode, just to the history of Dutch ovens.
How many people have you got Dutch oven by?
I've gotten Dutch oven pretty bad.
I've given my fair share of Dutch ovens.
I've done
as well.
it too, yeah.
Yeah. But
to my dog.
it's a film where a couple goes on vacation. They meet another couple who seems genuinely nice, and they get along right away. Then a few months later, or a few weeks later, I don't know.
I think it's a few weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks. They get invited to the couple's house. So I think the couple that invited them over was Danish.
Yes.
Right? And
because there's a part there like just talking bad about Swedish people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I met these Swedish people. I think they were just like one scene, they're like, oh, thank God you're not Swedish. That's
the
how
Danish people said to the Dutch?
Yeah.
And the Dutch people are the ones that get invited over.
Correct.
Right? So they go over there. Things are awkward at first, wherein just a general awkwardness when you go over somebody else's house for an extended period of time. And then
especially you just knowing them from the first time.
You just met them, yeah. And it progressively gets more sinister as we go on, leading to the eventual demise of the Dutch couple, the Dutch family, right? And we're going to talk about like what it's about really, because you probably have seen it already if you're watching this video. You
For me, the ending is going to be
the ending. So we're fathers,
yes.
And by the end, so it really impacted us it impacted me as very, very much so, because we're both fathers, and in the end of the film, what happens is the couple has a daughter. The daughter gets her tongue sliced out of her mouth, kidnapped by the couple that invites them over, and then the couple that comes there, they are given plenty of times to escape, but they literally don't fight back till the end, and they get murdered and stoned to death, stripped naked and stoned to death.
Which is, in my opinion, I wouldn't. This situation is just crazy.
Personally, if it was me,
like if I was at the end and like they're gonna stone me to death.
Yeah.
First off, well, I'll get to that later. But yes,
and the character, the characters, they're crying. You know, they're sitting there like, oh, why are you doing this to me? And the main bad or the main villain or antagonist or what you want to say is because you let me.
Yeah.
You let me. And as a father, why I brought that up is because, and having kids, having a wife that as a man to protect your family, you would do everything in your power to, right?
Yeah.
This character, Bjorn, or the main character of the movie, did absolutely nothing to protect his family.
And it's tough to watch because you're like, man, this guy's doing nothing. And that bothers you.
It bothers
as
me.
a parent, because you're like, the whole time I'm like, oh, hell, no. If this was me, I'm like, oh, no, we're going crazy, you know, this and that.
You're going to have to take every ounce of blood out of my body before you cut my daughter's tongue out of her mouth.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. If I'm still breathing, if I have any molecule of strength left, you're going to have to eradicate me from the earth before that happens.
See, that's the one positive thing about this movie, I will say.
Makes you angry?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's the aim.
I think it just hits you at that note. And even if you're not a parent, it's not like, oh, this movie's just for parents. Obviously, it's not.
No.
But it's kind of more to the point where, like, you're watching this guy just let it happen.
Let it happen, yeah.
Even my own son, when he gets, you know, if I'm out with him, I see somebody bullying him or something like that, but minor, nothing crazy.
Yeah, right.
I always will let him handle it on his own.
Right.
As opposed to me just always being there to...
Right, you're not a helicopter parent.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
No,
so I just let him see it and see how he reacts to it, and then maybe tell him, like, hey, next time you should do this, blah, blah, blah. In this situation, it's just kind of like... It's just...
They're trying to kill us. Like, your method of parenting, it works because, and I think that's the right way to do it, is because you're letting your child solve their own issues within the context of, you know, of you being there right?
Yeah.
You're there to monitor it. If it got out of hand and the kid
yeah,
pulls out a switchblade,
I'm there. Yeah, but it's just kind of one of those things you got to let them
figure it out.
Because fortunately, I won't always be there.
You won't. Yeah, neither will I. But we have to set up our kids in order to get them to fight their own battles. But also, our number one job is to protect our children. Correct. So protecting them by giving them the tools to protect themselves. Right.
Yeah.
In the situation where your son had to protect himself against being bullied on the schoolyard. But if a grown man and woman is coming to attack my child in any way, shape, or form, I'm stepping in. It's
on site.
On site.
It's not even like it want to be like, hey. It's none of that. It's just happening.
It didn't feel like this person was any type of parent, because your natural instinct as a mother or a father is to protect your child. You know something's wrong. They leave the house.
Yeah.
And then because they didn't want the shame of being embarrassed and they didn't want to come across as impolite, they go back to the house.
And there's a part too that they're like upset about the meals that they were being fed to.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm vegetarian. You always have this food.
You always have
I don't
meat,
say anything. I'm like, you complain about that? Like,
yeah. But it was like a purpose,
like
aggression towards them. Like if I invite you over to my house, right? And I know that you're vegetarian, I'm not going to serve you steak. That's an aggressive type move against you.
Or like your purpose, like a lot too. Yeah. Like you're having like a barbecue kind of like, that'd be kind of like...
any bit of awkwardness, I think the average person would have left.
Yeah.
But I think what the aim of this film was to do was to anger you.
Yeah.
It was to anger you. It wasn't to entertain you or scare you, because it wasn't scary. It was bullshit.
No, it's not scary.
It's not scary. A lot of people say it's the scariest movie. I see on TikTok, people are like, this is the scariest movie of 2022. Yeah, okay.
This is an issue I'm having with. It just seems like any horror movie that comes out, especially like a Shudder, it's a Shudder original, right?
I believe so. Yeah. I believe so.
It comes out Shudder original. It's the next greatest horror movie.
It's the greatest horror
movie. And we need to stop that. Let's just be honest.
Let's be honest. It's not that good.
A lot of people are saying like, nope, it's one of the greatest horror movies of all time.
And it's not.
It's not.
It's not even a horror movie.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it has like some horror movie-esque stuff.
The Gordy aspect of it, like I know we're going on a tangent. We're supposed to be talking about Speak No Evil, but the Gordy areas are true terror.
Yes.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, all the Gordy scenes were amazing. I'll never forget when I first saw that movie in the movies. The Gordy part, I was like, "Oh, this is about to get. This is about to go down."
This is scary.
I was like, "This is crazy." I'm like, "What am I watching?"
I mean, all it does is give context to why Steven Yeun thinks he can tame the alien, because he believes that when he was his interactions with Gordy, he has some kind of special gift, like a monkey whisperer.
So the monkey just wanted to like
pound, but that's how he was trained to be. It was like he was trained to give him pounds, but you see, when you mess with a wild animal, you see what happens. Whether whether it's an alien,
good horses.
Yeah.
Shit, if all they want to eat is horses, I'm like, shit. I'm not even being cheap.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna buy high end ones.
All the horses you like, sir.
Yeah. Feeding a balloon and stuff like that.
Yeah. but yeah, right. What was that? But going back to Speak No Evil, like people are making this out to be like some horrifying horror movie. No, it's not scary. It's just an infuriating film.
Yeah.
And what do you think they're trying to say with this movie, though, exactly? Like,
it's just kind of like one of those things. It's like, pretty much you're watching this character do nothing, and you're forced to. That's kind of like your torture, Everybody in this situation would be like, "No, I would have done this differently." Obviously, even in the end, and I'm like, "No, I would have ran away. I would have done this, and that." But you're forced to watch them do nothing and just take it.
Do you think this has?
And that's why I'm kind of like,
Well, we're American, right? So, and the couple that lets themselves get taken advantage of is Dutch.
Yes.
So, do you think this is a knock at Dutch people in any way? Like, what do you think
this is? It could be, man, to be honest, because it does get very... It's specific on the races. Yeah. Because you hear when them talk ill of Swedish people, right?
Yeah. And
then they kind of like differentiate, their differences and stuff like that. It could be, man. I don't know the history of like Dutch.
Me neither.
And I want to know the history of Dutch oven though, but
where did that come from?
I don't know. Like who when you like I don't know when the first time I ever heard Dutch oven.
Yeah,
it's kind of like you just know how to do it.
Yeah, you just do it one day and you're like, no, that's called a Dutch oven. You're like, oh, okay, I guess. Yeah. All right.
And then you keep doing it and it's fun.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's like a knock at like people trying to be polite. Like they want to be overly polite and they don't want to offend. We're in a culture right now where people don't want to offend each other anymore, right? We don't want to just tell it how it is. And then when somebody does say it how it is, or speaks their mind as an individual, they're chastised for it. Yeah. You're meant to fall in line and be that. So I think this might have been like a little bit of commentary going on with that.
See, that's the thing with the history. I don't know. Like we don't even have Dutch friends.
Like people are not encouraged to stand up for themselves now. in society right
No,
now. We're
what you're encouraged to
just
do is take out your phone and record. And watch.
record. Yeah.
So
record.
maybe it could be that too.
It
It could be like today in society, it feels that you see something happening to somebody. For some reason, your instinct is to take off your phone, like it's a heroic thing to do.
Right.
When there's like 30 people watching, could instantly stop that.
Yeah.
Even with the person who has a weapon, 30 people could stop it.
They could, yeah. It's also like the lack of self-preservation with the couple. The lack of they weren't idiots. I mean, they obviously knew that something was wrong very early in the film.
But that's the thing about it. It's like, why did they
continue to?
Yeah.
It's just the need
just
to please.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
We didn't plan that. Is it the need? Is it the need to please people?
Yeah.
Is that what we're? Is it a commentary on society of people wanting to please other people?
Could be.
Because honestly, I just don't get it. Like I don't understand why. And if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes score, critics obviously ate this up, right?
6.5 on IMDb right
now. But then like the audience score, a lot of people didn't like this.
Because it's not, I don't know, like even if you really watch this movie and break it down, right?
Yeah.
I mean, cinematography had some good shots.
Cinematography was perfect. I had nothing wrong technically.
I think cinematography, exactly.
The acting was good too.
Even acting was great. I think the score was nice too. Mm-hmm. It just kind of kept you in.
Yeah.
But the movie didn't feel like that.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like, hey, keep waiting around to see what happens. And I'm just kind of like washing dishes, or I'm just kind of like watching this. I'm like, I guess.
I'm getting angry watching this movie. I was getting physically angry. I was getting emotionally angry. But then by the end of the movie, I was discussing it with other people, and I was talking about this movie. I was talking about it, and I was like, damn, I think this is what they wanted me to feel, though. I think the director did their job in getting me infuriated with this situation, because there's no other thing more important in your life once you have kids than protecting your children and making sure they're safe.
Even family members, if you got a younger brother or something like that, no matter what, you're defending them, unless they're assholes.
You know what this movie is? yeah, that's true.
If they're assholes, hey.
You know what this movie is? This movie is the scene in the cliched scene you see in every gangster film, where the gangsters don't they're just like, they hand the guy a shovel and they say, "Start digging your own grave, pal."
And they do it.
And then they dig their own grave and then they shoot them and then bury them. It's like, I'm not digging this grave, dude. You're gonna have to dig it. First of all, you're giving me a shovel. That's a weapon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a swing. You might kill me, but you're gonna have to dig that grave. I'm not digging my own grave.
And let's just talk about the ending too, because at the end they're like on a. It looks like they're on top of a hill, right?
Yeah, they're on like a hill. Yeah, like a rock quarry.
Yeah, and then they're on the bottom naked, and these guys are just throwing heavy. The couple is just throwing heavy rocks.
Just throwing rocks, and they're just in there.
They're accurate.
Yeah.
And they have like good force by throwing. I'm like, man, they have good throws.
I think the majority of it was the
by the height, angle and stuff like that.
Yeah, the angle,
the
the
even
trajectory.
Then, like, what's to stop you from looking and dodging it, and then like just go for it, make a run for it?
I don't know.
It looked like they didn't have a gun.
No.
There
was no gun. No.
Yeah.
They just let it happen to them.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
It could be a commentary of, if you just let life happen to you, you just wind up dead one day.
Yeah.
It's like
I like
dying,
that. I
right?
like that.
Yeah.
We're getting deep on territory.
Yeah, we're getting deep. Like, you let life happen to you, and then you'll be taken advantage by life if you don't take a stand and do something to,
Especially when you have kids and stuff like that. I feel like today, unfortunately, there's people out there just trying to see. I think that's just in general.
There's constant evil out there.
Somebody's always going to try. And then if you don't react, there will be consequences.
Right. It's like you have to take preventative measures in order to protect your family, whatever that may be, whether them teaching them safety, teaching them protocols, I mean, even just self-preservation. I'm not saying you have to kill these guys.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying you have to fight them.
No,
I'm
just
saying
be known
get
as
out.
that crazy dad that doesn't play.
Right. Run away.
I
Get
saw a documentary about, they were interviewing people who've kidnapped kids, pedophiles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they would describe how they would pick their victims.
Okay.
And then they would pretty much look at the parents to see if they look like they will do something or not.
Okay.
That's the first thing they would do. They would see if the kid is more, if like, hey, can I talk to you? And the kid's more like, okay, no stranger danger kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
no.
But then the one guy, the ex, the kidnapper guy, he was just pretty much saying how he will look at the parents and see how they look like.
Yeah, see, that makes sense. Yeah,
right?
It's like when you're walking around in any type of neighborhood. They did a study also like that, like people walking around, like not knowing where they're going, looking around, like, oh, where am I?
Nervous, yeah,
you get picked on, you get picked off. They're saying, but if you're walking around with confidence, with your back straight and your shoulders up,
and if someone stares at you, stare back.
Stare back,
and not too long.
Not too long. Then it gets
because
weird.
then that's a fight.
They
See, that's where I was from where I'm from. It's kind of like when somebody looks you down, just kind of look them back. and then either wait for a head nod. If there is no head nod, like a sign of respect, then someone breaks. But you should break staring at them, because if not, you're gonna fight.
Yeah,
you just kind of look at them like, yeah, that's right. I see.
It's that kind of street smart thing that you're taught. Like, that's why I don't think this movie would work in America. I don't think this would have made, as an American film, it wouldn't work.
No.
Because we're so wary of each other here in America. Yeah. We're a lot more paranoid than I think a lot of other countries.
Especially when it comes to children.
Children, yeah.
Especially today, there's so much going on.
Yeah.
You know, there's more fear being instilled into parents and stuff like that. So that happened here. Hell no. It's going down.
Not like that. Not like that. I mean, granted, there's definitely more violence in America than other places because of our gun culture.
Especially in schools.
Like in schools, yeah. There's more violence, but I think the fact there is more violence doesn't warrant a film like this to be created in America. I don't think people would buy it. I think a lot of people don't buy it right now, but it's like, nobody's going to buy that. Like, I'm going to go over to your house, we're going to hang out. Like, even when somebody rings your doorbell, aren't you just like, we all have Ring video doorbells.
Yeah, we're all like, who is it?
We all have Arlo cameras. Like, everybody has all this security. We don't even, like, if you don't text me and you just ring my doorbell, I don't know what that is. I'm not answering that shit.
That's very true. If someone just showed up to my doorstep, even a friend, like, if you showed up, hey, I'm like, are you okay?
Nah,
like,
what's going on?
Yeah,
like, you didn't text me first?
Yeah. You didn't ask, it's not even like, I wouldn't be bothered that you just show up randomly. I'd be like, yo, something's going on. Yeah. Like, what happened?
Yeah, even if you text me like 10 minutes before and say, hey, listen, it's okay if I come over for a little bit, and then you show up 10 minutes, that's even more acceptable. But if you just show up to my house and ring the doorbell, like back in the day, it's not happening. You're not coming
I will say when we were younger, I think that was more
acceptable. It was more acceptable.
It was kind of like, especially when we were younger, it was kind of like, hey, let's just go to so-and-so's house and see what's going on.
We didn't have social media, cell phones, things like that. They didn't exist, so
that was okay.
It was more open.
Doing that now, you'd be like, yo, are you okay? That would be the first thing.
I'd think it's a doppelganger or something in my house. Like,
I would just think there's an emergency.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
I'd be like, oh wow, this is crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, and I wouldn't open the door. I talk to you through my Ring video doorbell because I can access it through there. I'd be like, hey, listen, what's going on, pal?
I feel like I have this Ring camera in front of my house, right? But it's like in the middle of the house.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like hello, who is there? It just kind of projects that way with a blinding light.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Yeah, that's why I don't think that movie would work here. We're too paranoid.
Nah, but the thing about what you said, though, I do feel that the director did well. It's just get that reaction out.
Get that reaction. I think he wanted to piss you off, and he did a good job, whoever it was.
Kind of like I Spit on Your Grave. That's
get a
like
reaction.
Those kind of scenes that it gets you mad.
Yeah, it gets you mad. But I think
this was the whole movie.
Yeah, the whole movie. I Spit on Your Grave was good because it got you angry, and it gave you that catharsis of like when she starts to kill them.
Yeah.
Then it gives you that release. It builds up the pressure, and then it opens up the pressure relief valve, and then that's when all the people start dying.
Sorry, like my hand cramped.
Oh, that's okay.
Everyone's like, "Is he okay?"
Damn, are you okay, man? You're
like Iron Man and stuff.
He's turning into Iron Man, but it gives you that catharsis of like that release, that relief when they start dying.
Yeah.
This movie never does that. It's all pressure.
What Marvel superhero character will do well in this movie?
Pepper Potts.
You think so?
Yeah, she's smart. She would be out. She wouldn't even go to their house. Tony would be like all cocky.
I think Black Widow will sniff this shit out from the beginning.
Black Widow wouldn't be on vacation though.
But I'm just saying, let's just say she did.
No, but I'm saying,
with the Hulk
but I wanted to make it more realistic because I don't think she goes on vacation. She's always working, right? Pepper Potts goes on vacation.
That's true.
And she wouldn't.
And she would go somewhere around here too.
She would. She would do like an island. She's fancy. She runs people over on her skis.
That trial case is so dumb
it's
too.
So stupid.
I'm like, and it's just dumb.
It's dumb.
Like celebrity trial cases. Like I understand the whole Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing, why that was popular, right?
Oh my god, that was crazy.
But this one is just like there's no need to.
No.
It's just kind of like dumb.
No, but I think she would do the best. Pepper Potts. What about you? Who do you think? I mean, easy answer is like the Black Widows because they're kick-ass.
I was gonna say Black Widow, but she would kick ass.
How about non-super powered person in the Marvel universe? Who do you think would survive the best in this movie?
In Marvel universe too, right?
In the Marvel universe, yeah, but non-super powered. This is easy to say. The Hulk.
What's her name? Captain America's girlfriend.
But she's Agent Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she doesn't have superpowers.
Yeah, she has superpowers, but she's trained elite.
Oh, so no one that's trained.
Yeah, no trained either.
America Chavez, imagine.
Yeah, she's training. Right
yeah, but she wouldn't even know what the fuck to do.
She would just go to another world. She'd be like
she would have to get emotional. She'd be screwed.
Well, as soon as they tell her strip naked, she's just gonna fucking go into another. She'd go into another universe. And what happened to her? We were gonna stone her.
What about Doctor Strange's girlfriend?
Rachel McAdams.
Yes.
I don't know if she'd do very well in
I
this
think
movie.
she'll do. I think she'll sniff it out.
Yeah.
I
Should
think
he
so.
fight them?
No, I don't think so.
No. I think Pepper Potts is smarter though, even though that she's
No,
a surgeon.
I agree.
Isn't
I
she a
think Pepper
surgeon?
Potts, huh?
Isn't she a doctor too?
Pepper Potts?
No, not Pepper Potts. Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, she's a surgeon. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. She never came across. I didn't get enough time with that character to really know.
No, they just kind of threw her in there.
Yeah.
And just kind
I
of
like Rachel McAdams though.
I like her too. I think
Yeah.
she's a good actress.
I do too.
You know.
But yeah. So, any other thoughts on See No Evil? I mean, Hear No Evil. We Speak No Evil.
Oh, bro! I remember Will was like, "Hey, man, let's watch this movie." I was like, "All right, no problem." And I was watching See No Evil.
Yeah.
Or my bad. Hear No Evil. And I'm watching this. I was like, "Oh, this movie's so boring."
Yeah. There's so
like,
many blank no evils.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
See No Evil with
There's that
Kane.
with Kane. Yeah,
Kane,
yeah.
And
That
See No
I know
Evil 2.
you weren't talking about.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, that came out a while ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's our take on
That's our take on it. A well-made movie, meant to infuriate, but I think we were trying to make sense of the ending. Really, what we were trying to think is trying to make sense of essentially what are they trying to say?
and like how it would happen,
Yeah,
right?
how it
Because it's
happened,
kind of like that's not going to happen here.
No.
I think here it's just we're very paranoid, I guess you could say,
We
compared to
are,
other
we are.
countries.
We are, yeah.
We're ready.
Yeah.
It's
It's a well-made movie. I just think they're trying to make a commentary on the way that they see life at this point, right?
Yeah, I feel like every new exclusive for Shudders trying to do the same kind of.
It feels like
trying to do the same kind of story.
Like
you know what I mean?
there was this movie called The Dark and the Wicked.
Okay.
Right, that's another one that's kind of like.
But
trying
like
to do
also
those
a lot of
things.
horror movies now are going for like this kind of vibe.
Everybody wants to be Hereditary.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
In some way, shape, or form.
Even not Infinity Pool, right? Like
Yeah,
I was
Infinity
saying,
Pool's trying
like
to do,
it's
yeah.
not Infinity Pool at all. But I'm just saying, like, okay, here's a random couple.
Yeah, there's no weird
They
penis.
meet somebody. Yeah, there's no weird
No.
penis. There's no cool mask or anything like that.
Those masks were cool.
There's no random cloning machine that does really well, but it's just only
it's very
used for this.
Speak No Evil is very based in like a reality-based horror film.
So it's just kind of like that same story. Hey,
Yeah.
random couple meets another couple. That couple's crazy, but they want to be cool like them.
Yeah.
So then they kind of go down this rabbit hole and stuff like that. That's how I take it.
I mean, if you liked it, that's fine, but not my cup of tea.
What would you give it?
The score of the film?
Yeah.
See, this is a hard one to score because what they're trying to do, they do it expertly. Like, I think they were just trying to get me upset.
Well, like,
But I didn't enjoy the film. I didn't.
Yeah, because it's not enjoyable.
It's not
It's
enjoyable.
not a
film,
good movie.
But I think he didn't want to make an enjoyable film. Like I think with
I
Pascal.
think we're giving it too much credit.
Are we?
It's kind of like The Room, right?
Yeah.
The Room is like that guy was serious making that movie.
Yeah, he was. He was.
But it's like really funny.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I meant it to be funny. And we're like,
but
yeah,
it's
did
not
you?
hard. Yeah, right. But it's not hard to do. Like I can make a character where the character does nothing and lets things happen to him and they die.
Correct.
Right. But I mean, if I'm focusing on the fact that if his commentary or whoever directed this, he or she, their commentary is the fact that if you let life happen to you, life will take advantage. Right. If that's what they were going for, they nailed it. Right, but if they were
probably
just
writing this on,
Yeah.
I was not writing. I was not going for that. But damn.
Yeah, if you let life happen, like if you don't take a proactive to your
Kinda
life,
like
to your
Rocky
health,
Balboa.
to everything. Yeah,
It doesn't matter how life, that.
yeah, how hard you
did.
can get hit is about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward,
Yeah.
right? And if you just go through your life lackadaisically, you're going to get lackadaisical results.
And also, this movie also for me, it showed how you can be taken advantage.
Yes,
And people will go that far.
yeah,
If someone knows, especially someone comes off as nice and they're sick, they know they could do that to you. They will.
yeah, they will.
Just cause.
Yeah. Predator felt like this movie was just filled with predator or prey. Like it wasn't even like in between. Like it were just like people that take advantage of people and people
To
that
catch a
take advantage of
tourist.
Yeah, yeah, to catch a tourist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's our thoughts on it.
Yeah. But I give it a 4.5.
A 4.5. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give it a 5 right down the middle.
Like I won't watch it again.
Never. I'm never gonna watch
Yeah.
it again. I don't even recommend people to watch it because it's like.
It's worth you guys just checking it out if you guys have no free time. But it's being trending.
Yeah, it's been trending a while. Yeah.
So, and we're trying to figure out why.
Yeah, I think a lot of people talk about it because, it's different. It ends, not that we have, horrible endings all the time in horror movies, but it feels like the death of a family from the beginning to the end. Like it's slowly being killed all the way to the end when they eventually die. Right? It's like, it's like a slow death. It's not like a fight for survival, cat and mouse game. It's nothing like that. It feels like they're slowly being picked apart mentally and then physically.
Which is like Infinity Pool.
Infinity
like
Pool,
little by little, he's being
until he's
chopped
broken.
out. Yeah,
Until
exactly.
he becomes broken.
I feel like that's every horror movie going forward.
I think that we're doing
It's
that. We're doing more
we're
psychologically breaking people,
breaking down the
yeah,
character, but for no reason.
for no reason. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Hereditary, that was the deconstruction, the demolishing of a family.
But that's because she was worshiping.
Well, not them though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
too,
but it was like their actions, your parents' actions, have an effect on your children, and the children had to suffer for it in Hereditary. It was the systematic demolishing or decimation of a family, which was that. But that was the point, and I think this does it too, but much worse. Like it's like a much worse version of that of Hereditary. I give it a 5. That's our thoughts. I mean, did you like Speak No Evil?
I was gonna say Hear No Evil.
Did you?
Don't watch Hear No Evil.
No,
I'm saving your. Trust me, don't watch it.
What'd you think of Speak No Evil? Did you like it? Comment below. Let us know what you thought about it. What are your thoughts? What did you think of our analysis here? Did we miss something? Is there something that maybe you thought of that it was about?
Also, if there's a movie you want us to talk about, recommend it.
Recommend it. We'll
Just
talk
put
about
in a comment.
Subscribe to
Just
this
not
video.
Nope.
Yeah, not Nope.
Because we'll get canceled probably after that. So.
Yeah. Subscribe to this video. Share this video. Click the like button and the bell notifications, and subscribe to us. And then if you want to hear more horror movie talk, reviews, analysis, and more, we're the guys for you.
And I don't know if you've heard this in a while. I love you.
He does. Terror talking out.